Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 42. I'm walking along, I think this is Lake Watuga. Uh, Here shortly, I'll be starting a 2,000-foot climb, but it's over several miles, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Stayed at the Boots Off Hostel last night. It was okay. Went into town and got a 3-day resupply. And that should get me into Damascus. That's where I plan to take a zero. I made a reservation for Friday and Saturday night at a hostel there. I think it's a Dancing Bear hostel. We'll see. So I think it's 42 miles. So that's 2 15s and a 12 will get me in there, or any variation of that. Boots Off Hostel was okay. Really no frills. Just like every other hostel, they pretty much charge you for everything. Although this time they didn't charge me for the towel for taking a shower. And I met up with a guy by the name of Mage, as in magician. I'll see if I can't put a link to his blog post. He showed up late last night. It was pouring down rain. And they didn't have any beds left. So I let him sleep in the top bunk in my cabin. So he was pretty appreciative of that. He's a retired computer engineer or something, I don't know. He offered to return the favor when I get up to the Whites, if I get up to the Whites. I guess that's where he's from. But I'll put a link to his blog post in here somehow. Today it's supposed to get in the 80s, low 80s. Looks like it's threatening to rain, but I don't think it's gonna. Tomorrow should be nice. Friday there's a chance of rain, and then Saturday and Sunday snow and rain, but I just concentrate on the snow. Hopefully by then I'll have new gloves, because my current gloves have no fingers on them because they wore off. So the tips of my fingers will have frostbite. They'll get better. Yeah, nothing else to report. Just walking. Just enjoying the scenery. All right, I'll get back with you guys later. Crossing over another dam. I guess that's where they Got all the rocks to make this thing. It's pretty cool. All right, that's enough. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm not sure what day it is, 42 or 43. I'll get it at the beginning. Yeah, so it's raining. Yesterday I had to stop short. There's a shelter. I stopped to take a break, and I noticed some big red blobs moving in on radar. So I knew that everybody at the hostel was heading to the next shelter, and they were probably already there. So I turned that place into a fortress, put some tarps up. There's some tarps laying around. And then a couple other people came. Trail Mage showed up. So we hunkered down and waited out the storm there. And it was crazy, the lightning. It rained. It stormed for a couple hours. I know there were some lightning strikes within 50 yards of that shelter, which was up on top of a mountain that had a tin roof, so it could have hit that. I don't know. But because of that, today I have to make up those miles. So I'm not going to be talking too much. There's nothing to see. It's foggy, rainy. It's supposed to clear out at some point, but yeah, I would like to get 22 miles in today. I don't know if that's going to happen. The terrain doesn't look too bad. Looks like all the big ups and downs are over with. Just little ups and downs. We'll see. But any mile I get today is one less that I have to do tomorrow. And tomorrow I have a room at the Dancing Bear hostel in Damascus. And then Saturday I'm going to take a 0. Tomorrow afternoon it's supposed to start raining. So I don't want to be out here when it's raining. Not that rain don't hurt, but I'd like to get in there early enough to get cleaned up, get my clothes washed, get all my chores done on Friday, so Saturday I can hit the outfitter and get some new kicks, new fanny pack, new gloves. And Friday night, the rain's supposed to turn to snow. And again, Saturday night, we're supposed to get snow. And then Sunday, hopefully it'll clear out for that long climb out of Damascus. I don't know that there is one, but there's always one. So that's the plan for today. There's the view. I doubt I'll see anything, but I'll definitely get back on later on give a wrap up. Let you know how my plans panned out. I'll talk to you later. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Friday, April 8th, I believe. So yesterday, after I took a picture of that barn, my phone died. So I plugged it into a charger and stuck it into my pack, and I didn't get it back out again. Because there really wasn't much to see, and I was trying to move pretty fast. Well, fast for me. But yesterday it rained in the morning, cleared up right before noon, and then last night when I got into the shelter, I rolled in probably about, it was before 7, and there's nobody in the shelter. There's about 5 or 6 tents around the area, but nobody in the shelter, so I was pretty pooped. So I just threw my stuff in the shelter. Glad I did, because about 8:30, 9 o'clock, it started to rain. But I was already snuggled up in my sleeping bag. So sorry I didn't get any video yesterday. But you really didn't miss much. It was a 22-mile day. I was able to bust that out. So that gives me a 10-miler into Damascus this morning. And I got out about 7. It's about 7:30 now. Because it's cold and it's supposed to rain and snow tonight and tomorrow. Some of the area around here is calling for like 1 to 4 inches. Up in the mountains, they're calling for up to 8 inches of snow. So this was a well-timed zero. I'd always planned to take a zero in Damascus. Or I wanted to. Mainly because it's known as Trail Town, USA. They have a couple different trails that converge on the town. And they have a good outfitter. Supposedly a good outfitter. So. And they have little restaurants. It's a small town, much like Hot Springs, but it's geared towards the outdoorsy. So. Yeah, the snow and rain and mess, I don't know what it's starting. We'll probably start with rain. Supposed to be in at 12. I hope to be rolling into town at that time. Or at least at the latest that time. We'll see. The trail yesterday was just smooth. Not many ups and downs. That's why I was able to get 22 miles. So I'm hoping today continues that trend and I can knock these 10 out. Time to get a coffee at the diner. It's kind of chilly this morning. It got down into the 20s last night. I'm rocking my shorts and long johns. I want to keep my pants clean so I have something to wear in town so I don't have to deal with somebody holding my clothes hostage. Yeah, not much else. When I get to town, I'll try to get some footage in town, because it is a pretty cool little town. I'll see you then. Well, hello there. It's about 9:30. Guess where I'm at? Goodbye, Tennessee. Tennessee is apparently has the second most miles of AT. Virginia's the first with 500. I don't know how many Tennessee has. Pennsylvania's third. Virginia was good, in like a lion, out like a lamb. Smokies. Although I don't know how you can measure how many miles was in Tennessee, because for most of Tennessee and North Carolina, when you were walking the trail, your left foot was in Tennessee, your right foot was in North Carolina. But the thing that has me most excited is that I hear Virginians are sophisticated folk. And they believe in pooping in toilets, not digging holes and doing kimchi squats. I half expected to see a privy here as soon as I crossed the state line. Yeah, that's my biggest gripe with Tennessee. But the last 40 miles of Tennessee was fast. Not easy. Coming up out of Watauga Lake has a pretty steep climb. But aside from that, once you got past the Roan Highlands, it was a nice track. So that's 3 states down: Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee. Virginia is a 500 miler. I figure if I can maintain 15 to 20 miles, I'll be out of here in about 30 days. And try not to take some darn many zeros and Neros. But I'm going to enjoy this one. Well, like the sign says, I have about 3.5 miles to Damascus. I'll get the phone out when I come into town. Apparently it's pretty welcoming to hikers. They have a lot of, I think I said this before, I think it's Trail Town, USA. In May, they have trail days where a lot of the hikers that are on trail will come back to Damascus, and they have a parade and just a bunch of tomfoolery. But they also have a lot of vendors that set up. And, I have no intentions of going this year. Maybe I'll come back next year to the reunion. They also have like the Creeper Trail, which is a rail trail, very popular with bicyclists. And in town, they actually, I heard one guy saying last night, he and his wife's coming to see him. They may go to one of the outfitters, rent some bikes, and they'll take them up to the top of the mountain, and then they just ride the brakes down the hill for about 20-30 miles. And then I asked him if he looked at the weather. Oh, no. Okay. But yeah, I'll get the camera back out when I get into Damascus. I'm hoping they have a barbershop that's open. Because this crap all over my face. I'm done with it. Alrighty, I'll see you then. Okay, made it to Damascus. I guess you come down the trail through that guy's backyard, down this street here, then you get to this park. Then the trail runs right through it. Not sure which way to go. Left is always north, though. Alright, I don't want to take pictures of these people coming, so I'll get back.